Hello everybody, this is Beaner4657, and I kind of started the recording around the time when we selected the stage, but this is immediately after the last battle. This is the second one that me and my friend recorded. I'm not going to disclose who my friend really is because I don't know if he wants me to do that at first. I know he does have a YouTube channel, but just to say one thing about him, he actually started making YouTube poop around the time I joined YouTube. But he only made one video. He doesn't really have much on his channel, so I don't know if it's really that big of a deal to plug him or something, but I don't know if he wants that, so I'm not gonna tell you right now. Oh, that sucks. Oh, there goes Blue. Yeah, that's another thing that you can do to other players, is that when their ghost appears, if you stand right on top, stand right where they're supposed to spawn, they'll basically jump, not jump, bounce on your head, and yeah, I'm probably gonna die there. Because when they ghost possess you, you have to wiggle the controller back and forth, or in a circle really fast to get them off. And also, while you're knocked unconscious, you have to do the same thing too. But while you're possessed by a ghost, you can't actually get up until you get the ghost off of you. So if you're surrounded by two ghosts, they can just keep possessing you over and over again, and then you're not going to be able to move that much, which sucks. But that rarely happens. And Blue is being a little bastard. And this map is called Top Rules. Basically, in Bomberman 64, there's always a height advantage. If you're higher than the other player, then you kind of have a slight advantage because you can just kick bombs down at them repeatedly, and it's kind of annoying. But sometimes when you get the other player off guard, then you can get in a higher place than them. And yeah, I tried to kick a bomb down at there, but it hit Black instead, and Blue just went up in flames again. I don't know how the computers just keep dying randomly. Sometimes when you're not even looking, they'll actually just sometimes kill each other. Yeah, there goes Blue again. Such an idiot. And you might notice sometimes in this game, me and my friend will just continuously kick bombs at each other. By the way, that's a strategy I like to use against players. Is that I like to throw a pump bomb at them so it bounces on their head, and then just kick another bomb at them to push them towards it. Because you can't pick up or kick a pump bomb.
Hurry up!
So that's a strategy I use sometimes to trap other players. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about before. Sometimes you'll see me and my friend just continuously kick bombs at each other over and over again. There I go, using that strategy again, and then he dies. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is actually a little Bomberman 64 game that me and my family invented, where the idea is that you're supposed to kick bombs continuously at each other until either A, one of the players dies, or B, one of the players actually runs away and keeps himself from dying. This game, we actually call it chicken licking.
Ready?
Yes, we really actually call it that. And whenever we play the game, we'd always just sing a little jingle. It's like chicken licking, yeah. Or I don't know how the song went, but it was like chicken licking, chicken, something like that. I don't know. We were stupid when we were kids anyway. But yeah, sometimes we still like to play that game today. There we go, going for the red bombs. Another day when we were playing this game, basically 3 times in a row, every time I go for the red bomb power, I'd always die right before I get to it. And it made me so mad. But anyway, the rules of this game, chicken licking, is that the only way to win is basically just to not run away. Because even if you die and the other player runs away, you're still considered the winner, even though you died. You're still considered the winner of chicken licking. But if you don't run away and the other player dies, and then you're considered the winner. But there's really no point to this game at all. It's just something we did with just for laughs, just for shits and giggles, really. I don't know why we did it. It was just fun. But the idea to win is to have as many bomb power-ups as possible. Preferably only bomb-ups, because if you have fire power-ups, then the fire is probably going to get back to you and blow you up. So you're going to have to watch that. But it gets really exciting when you have a lot of bombs together in one place. I thought it was going to start right there. I don't know if we play any games of chicken licking in this game, or in this match, but yeah, it sometimes gets pretty exciting. Yeah. I thought I had him right there, but he bounced too far. tried kicking another bomb at him, but it didn't really work out too well. What time we got? 15, 15? I mean, 5:15. This match actually goes up to 15 minutes, or a little bit less than 15 minutes, I think. I don't know. I'll get it in editing. I'll get it in editing. God, I just can't talk today. I don't know. I didn't have a very good sleep last night, and I kind of had a rude awakening this morning. So I'm not really in the best mood for this, but I just... Oh. There I go yawning again. By the way, the reason why we keep getting knocked unconscious a lot is because we got an item called Evil. And it's like this purple demon head or something, and it gives all the players a random effect, or it could spawn a tornado, as you saw in the last match. But sometimes the effects are good, and sometimes they're bad. The ending of this round gets pretty crazy, I think. See, what I'm trying to do is bounce up bombs up there to get my friend, but Blue's not very smart, and he just went to kill himself. Okay, now what my friend has, the disease my friend actually has right now is full fire. Yeah, when you have that in this stage, the other player is basically dead, because there's really nothing you can do about it. So I was really up a rat's ass right there. Like, the players always go down there, they're so stupid. There's nothing you can do about it. But the computers are actually on level 2, I think. I think where the computers gets the red ball right up there. Oh, I'm yawning again. Gosh, I'm yawning. Oh. But yeah, Bomberman games these days don't take on too many 3D aspects. I think the last one to do that was Bomberman Generation. I've never played Bomberman, Okay, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't explain it right there, but right there, me and my friend were just playing Chicken Lincoln. But since I ran away, I was considered the loser, even though my friend died. But that's basically how the game is played. And here I go use some strategy again. Anyway, what was I explaining before? Oh yeah, Bomberman Generation was the last one to take on a 3D explosion aspect. I've never played, I can't remember what the game was called, but it was on the Xbox 360. And it was the worst Bomberman game ever made, pretty much, because it depicted Bomberman in a realistic robotic fashion, like, you know, how it's supposed to be. Because I recently found out that Bomberman is a robot. Yeah, I didn't know that before. But it is kind of obvious now, because he has that pink antenna on his head, so I always wondered that. But yeah, apparently, I looked on his Wikipedia page, and, in the first game, it discloses that he's a robot. And the reason why there's a black Bomberman, like, you know how in the earlier games the black Bomberman was Bomberman's rival, is because of some sort of programming error, and he was evil. Now, that's what I read so far. I've never actually played any of the very, very earlier Bomberman games, so I don't really know this myself. I only just read it online. And my friend just seemed to have killed himself. Which kind of makes it easy for me to win, because computers in this game are pretty easy to kill because they're not very smart, and yeah, he's gonna die. Anyway, what was I talking about before? What's the Bomberman game called that's for Xbox 360? It was like Bomberman Act Zero, I think it was called. It had 0 in its subtitle. Yeah, right there. I was actually texting my sister, so yeah, right here. So I'm not really paying attention right now. Anyway, I actually looked online about that Bomberman Act Zero. I'm gonna call it that, but if I'm wrong, then I'm just gonna look like an idiot. But I think that might be what it's called. And it's either Act Zero, Ground Zero, or Sub Zero, but I'm pretty sure it's not Sub Zero or Ground Zero because Ground Zero is the name of the place in New York. I don't want to talk about that much. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Act Zero. But when I read about it online, it's been deemed the worst Bomberman game ever. For some reason, I don't know why. Like, honestly, I think it is a stupid idea to make Bomberman look like that. And you can even have female Bomberman, apparently, in that game. I don't know why Hudson did that. Was that game even made by Hudson? Because I don't think it was. Yeah, I didn't see that bomb down there, so I just blew up. Oh yeah, another funny thing that me and my family came up with is that you'll notice these puffs of smoke come out, and then soft blocks will, like new soft blocks will spawn. But if you're actually standing in that puff of smoke when the soft block appears, you die. And Bomberman will do this like spinny thing inside the soft block and then just fall over. And me and my family actually call that being inside a lunchbox because, well, if you have a heart and you actually get hit by that, you'll be stuck inside the box until you die. But my friend called that being inside a lunchbox. So when you die that way, we call it being lunchboxed. I have no idea why. It's just another stupid thing that we came up with this game. Crap, I'm dead. Funny stuff. Yeah, see, another thing that you can do as a ghost is that you can kick bombs, so you can mess up the other player. When I'm a ghost and there's still at least one computer left, I actually like to try and help them out to win. But usually I can't do that because computers don't really allow you to possess you that long, maybe for about 2.5 seconds. So I usually try to protect the computers from dying, but that's really hard to do, seeing as they're complete retards. I've actually seen some computers just like dance around pump bombs in the middle of an area. Like, they're so stupid. They don't even know how to dodge bombs sometimes. I don't really know who programmed their AI, but they probably didn't really know what they were doing. Like, not to be insulting. Well, kinda, yeah, the AI in this game really does suck, but... I don't know. Whoever programmed this... They probably needed just to make a higher difficulty level, because they're just way too stupid. Like, I think I've actually seen 5-year-olds play this game better than that. But, I don't know, maybe. Maybe it was difficult for Hudson to program their first 3D Bomberman game, and they didn't really know how to do it. Maybe they just didn't put that much thought into the battle mode. But, I think they put a lot of thought in the battle mode, because I think that's probably the best part about this game. Like, yeah, the adventure mode is pretty good, and the story is pretty decent, yeah. As far as Bomberman games go anyway, but my favorite part about this game is the battle mode. I'm just sad that they never did a game like this before. And I have seen Bomberman 64, The Second Attack, and I've actually heard of a second Bomberman game called Bomberman 64, but it was only released in Japan. It was released around 2000, I think. But there were actually 2 Bomberman games under the name Bomberman 64, but I never played the second one. And I never played The Second Attack. Well, technically I have on an emulator, but it didn't run too well. And yeah, I was kind of being stupid right there. I was kind of holding up a bomb, trying to get ready to throw him up at him, but I got hit by an explosion from behind and died. I don't know. Like, I'm a fairly decent Bomberman fan myself, but I'm not like one of those hardcore fans. So I don't know that much, but I know quite a bit about him. See, Blue is just an idiot. He's trying to kick the pump bomb. Like, if it didn't work the first time, why are you trying it again? And he even tries it a 3rd time. Why? I don't know. Because he's an idiot. He's retarded. For those of you who don't know, who really like to play the battle mode of this game, there's a cheat code that lets you get extra battle mode stages. You have to press start really fast on the main menu screen, highlighting the battle mode option. So when you're sitting on the main menu, you highlight the battle option, and yeah, you see, me and my friend were just playing Chicken Lick right there. We start playing it here, but stuff doesn't go too well for me. Anyway, you press start as fast as you can when you're highlighting the battle option. If you hear a chime, then you did it right. You should get maybe like 3 extra stages, I think. They're not really all that good. If you ask me, the best stage, the best battle stage in this game is Pyramid. Up and down is pretty good too.
Hurry up!
Rock Garden is okay. Okay. Yeah, that evil item just gave all players full fire, which basically gives you red bombs with it, and black stack, so, because he's an idiot. Well, actually, there really wasn't much he can do about that because he was knocked out. But anyway, this is the end of the battle, and this is also the end of the video, and I'm running out of time, so I'll see you all next week for some more Super Mario Sunshine. I'm actually gonna record that quite a bit. I'm planning to anyway because I'm almost done with the game. But oh my god, I just ran out of time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, bye.